Hey, it's your guy Tyrrell back with the interviews. England are off to the round of 16 and they have a date with Colombia, and many people feel like they shouldn't want to play Colombia. Colombia haven't been good in the group stage, and without James Rodriguez, Colombia don't look like they're in good position to beat this England side. Can England pull off an upset? If so, how would they do it, and who will be their key player? Don't worry, here at the interviews, we've got you covered. So on this edition of the interviews, we're going to break down three main talking points that could help England beat Colombia. So is football coming home? England fans may have told you that after the first two games at the World Cup, but in their final game, they lost to Belgium and perhaps confidence should be low, even though they rested players. England, like Belgium, got the job done against Tunisia, against Panama, and now we're in a position where we don't really know how good they are, just like we don't know how good Belgium is. It's a problem, but going into this round of 16 game against Colombia, possibly without James Rodriguez, they will feel like they could actually win it, and they should. When you look at them, when we break down these three main talking points, one has to be who is going to start up front, and can we get a positive performance from Raheem Sterling? Harry Kane's going to be up front. We know that. Rashford got his opportunity just like Loftus-Cheek did, just like Danny Rose did in that game against Belgium, and none of them really stepped up to the plate. So when we look at that, Raheem Sterling needs to be better. Look, talent is there. Tactical intelligence there, but he needs to produce. He hasn't been good. He needs to be better. He dropped deep in those first few games against Tunisia, and he pulled players out of position. That is key. He could do that. He could combine with Harry Kane, but once he gets to the final third, it just isn't good enough. It's not good enough. He wastes a lot of chances. And in a round of 16 clash at this level, you have to execute. Raheem Sterling, if he's there, which you have to feel like he should be because the Vardy-Kane partnership isn't really going to work. Can't see Danny Welbeck getting in there. Rashford was poor against Belgium, so it's Sterling again possibly getting the call. He needs to be better in terms of what he does around the box in terms of finishing. He could pull players out of position, he could beat you, he can combine well, but he needs to deliver in that department. And if he does, then England could be going on to the quarterfinals. Number two, Ali and Lingard. More so Ali and his fitness. You know what they offer. You saw in the first game, Ali and Lingard from deeper positions, making intelligent runs into the channels, making deep runs into the box. They get goal scoring from those two. They need to be good. They protect Jordan Henderson. And if they're getting it going, that will be key. And you're going to expect them to do a pressing job on the likes of Sanchez, on the likes of Uribe, whoever, or Barrios, whoever's playing in that midfield. They're going to be able to provide the energy, lead the press from the front, and they're going to need them to be both from a defensive aspect and from an offensive aspect on their game, and that will be pivotal to what England do, which leads me to my third point. If they don't go down that route, which they should, and if they do, look at it, Jordan Henderson alone, him in a battle against Quintero could be difficult. We know Quintero drops deep. We know Quintero can move into those spaces, and that could be a big problem for England. Henderson has a lot of space to cover. You would like to think that perhaps this would be a great opportunity to bring in Dyer to ensure that they shore up that space in midfield, that Quintero can't move into those positions. And if James Rodriguez is playing, you would like to think that perhaps one of Lingard or Ali is sacrificed, or they push Ali a bit higher and bring in Dyer, because Quintero and James Rodriguez like to exploit spaces up to either side of the center defensive midfielders and between the lines, and they will look to exploit that space there, and that will be key. If it's just Quintero, you still have to worry about Henderson. So like I said, it's a lot of space to cover. You're going to have players like Muriel possibly moving up and down the pitch, cutting in perhaps, Cuadrado as well. You need Henderson to be on his game. He was fantastic in the first game, in the first half, pinging balls into the channels, pinging balls over the defense, but from a defensive aspect, they haven't faced a side with the counter-attacking threat that Colombia can possess, and with an intelligent player like Quintero or James Rodriguez if fit. So that is a key area. Do we see Dyer? Does Sterling get dropped to push Ali higher? Do they stick with solely Henderson? That could be a gamble, but that is another question that Gareth Southgate has to answer. But England will like their chances here. Colombia haven't looked great in the tournament. They had that one good half against Poland, but they need to Colombia need to be better, and they haven't been, whereas England have shown that they have a solid base. There's somewhat belief in their camp, and if they get the selection right, and if James Rodriguez, especially if James Rodriguez is in there, they will like their chances. But let me know what you guys think. Can England pull this win off? Are Colombia destined to beat them? If not, who will be the key player for England? Meet me in the comments below. Don't forget I upload videos every day, and don't forget to subscribe to my channel. And that was your daily dose of the interviews.